Hello, welcome to Middlesbrough Fan TV. This is your Thursday roundup where we'll talk a little bit about the QPR draw and we will then move on to cover Middlesbrough pre-match predictions. Before we start the video, if you could hit the like button and subscribe to Middlesbrough Fan TV, both are always massively appreciated. Let's get straight into it now and let's start off by talking about a little bit about the QPR draw. So, on reflection, I'm not too disappointed with that draw. I felt like we were good in stages, we were good in parts, but when they scored, we really went to sleep for about 10-15 minutes and we were lucky to sort of be only one goal behind. Let's start off with the lineup that he chose. Obviously, he went with a four, he went with Parrott, Jed and Bennett, so he went with a 5-2-3 formation with Woods and Williams in the middle and Jed, Parrott and Bennett up top and usual five at the back without Murray Willis. However, that's the only difference. Romeo, Hutchinson, Pearce, Cooper and Murray Malone. I wasn't too fussed with that lineup. I'm not keen on playing five at the back at home. It makes us more solid, but it does not allow us to get forward as much and to cause as many problems as we would like to. I am disappointed that we didn't go with the four because I think we could have probably got into QPR. We could have troubled QPR just a bit more than we did. But the first sort of half an hour, I thought we were okay. First half, so we say talk about first half really. QPR didn't do much for me. QPR didn't look all that. We did okay without we played well without sort of causing them any problems. Parrott had a couple of snapshots, I think he had one on the half, one on the edge of the box and one in the box. That did test the keeper, but not enough to sort of just to score. Bennett looked lively, which was good to see Bennett back. Really pleased to see him back. And Jed, Parrott and Bennett, I thought, which would look a very interesting and attacking front three. However, obviously, only been able to play them once together all season because of Parrott's injuries, and Bennett then injured us since Parrott came back. It's been unfortunate for us, and I think once them three get to play together a little bit more with Zahor also coming back, we could have a very strong forward line. And Mahoney also to come back sort of within the next week or whatever, however long he's going to be out for, but it's not long apparently. Not much longer to wait with Mahoney, but it's frustrating, isn't it? We're down to 17th now after the results went against us last night. I know the table, you can't really look at the table too much right now, and it's a sort of league that you can sort of jump up very quickly with a few wins. And I really do believe once we get that win, we'll go on a bit of a roll. So I'm really hoping that we can get that win on Saturday. Before we get on to Saturday, let's talk about the QPR goal and our goal. So obviously QPR's a very good finish from Ilias Chair. Fantastic finish. Nothing Bart could have done for me. Obviously near post, and people will say near post, should have been doing better. But the way he hit it and the defenders were just covering his goal, covering his view, hard for them to see. So good finish from Ilias Chair. But after that, I thought we were very lucky not to go 2-0 down very soon after. Obviously, Chair took a very good touch in our box. I was offside initially, but it wasn't. And Lyndon Dykes really should have scored again. However, he kicks it straight at Bartosz Bajkowski, and luckily, Mill was still in the game. And that's where our equaliser comes just about 15 minutes later, joined Daddy Bodvarsson with a shot that I wasn't sure whether it was going in or not, but it did enough to get the goal in his name. It was nice to see Bodvarsson to get that goal. I think it's important for his confidence to get goal. He's missed a couple of sitters recently, and obviously, and therefore had stick from the Millwall fans. Understandably, because that miss against Cardiff wasn't great at all. But good to see him score. Good to see him get back on the score sheet, and it just gives us that. If we can get our strikers going, when we have Parrott and Zahor firing as well, they'll all start to chip in, and it will all start to look very nice. But yeah, there's a long way to go in the season, and yeah, we've had a bit of bad form, but I'm sure once we get that win, we will start to move up the table. But let's get straight into pre-match predictions for the Middlesbrough game, and let's start off by talking about Borough's key men. I'm going to start off by talking about Britt Assombalonga, a striker that I've liked for years now. I think he's a really good striker. He does everything for me. He holds up the ball well, he's quick. I think he's fantastic. And their second player I'm going to talk about is Paddy McNair. He's moved back to centre-back this year, and God, he's done outstanding for them. He's normally a midfielder, but Neil Warnock has seen him as a centre-back this year, and he's done very well for them. But let's get into the Millwall side of things, shall we? Let's talk about the Millwall side that I think Gary Rowell will pick to start the game. So here it is. It's a 5 at the back, as always, for away games. So here it is. Bartosz Białkowski in goal. Marlon Romeo, Hutchinson, Murray Wallace, Jake Cooper and Scott Malone. With Woods and Lennon in the middle. With Jed, Parrott and Bennett up top. So there's your lineup. Only difference to the other day's game is Leonard is in for Williams and Murray Wallace in for Pearce. The reason I put Murray Wallace in, I just think we need a bit more pace against Britt Sombalonga, not Fletcher, Britt Sombalonga. I think we're going to need a bit more pace at the back. And I think Leonard will come back into the side after taking a break on Tuesday evening. But let's now get into a pre-match prediction. So I'm going to go for... We need to end this run. I'm telling you, we need to end this run and we need to end it soon. But I can only see a draw. I can see a draw. But do you know what? I'm going to go optimistic. I'm always optimistic. I'm going to go for Middlesbrough 0, Millwall 1. And I'm going to go for Jake Cooper from a set piece. So fingers crossed. We need to get that win now. We've got 2 tough away games, but it's going to be such a tough game. But fingers crossed we can get a win and we can move on and we can start to move up the table again. But there you go, I'm going to go for 1-0 Millwall. Jake Cooper to get the goal. What a lovely result that would be. Come on, you Lions.